Guys, how you doing? Ugo here, back again with the 99 days of value, and this is gonna be the one for day 13. So bear with us. I've had a lot of weddings, a lot of celebrations, and sort of good things, but keeping busy. Family comes first always. So we have had to delay the so day 13, 14, 15, and tomorrow 16. So they'll probably be coming out in quick succession. So this is actually the 99 days of value. My name is Ugo. Your name is Blessed. I hope you're welcome to the, to the video. Anyway, and this is all platform. If you want to go back, you can see it on our LinkedIn. You can see it on our Instagram at Tickzonms. You can see it on Facebook, and you can also see it on YouTube. Where if you go to YouTube, there's a playlist. So on today's one, this is day 13 of 99 days of value, where we'll try to provide you a piece of value every single day, up until New Year's Day, setting you off into the sunset, hopefully well, So today we're going to be talking about how to make a budget. Now, this is a very valuable thing on how to do, and I am going to give you guys a budget, how to budget in. There's many ways, and I have a lot of different ways for you to budget based on your situation, but I'm going to give you kind of 3 ways of how to budget. And the third, is going to be like basic how to start. Secondly, how to essentially plan it yourself. And the third one is just kind of how to make it elite. Make it both either step 1 or step 2 elite for you to kind of be peace of mind. And we're going to delve into it more in another video anyway, separate to the 99 days of value in terms of how to budget. In fact, I did one about how to manage your accounts like a boss on the YouTube channel. So essentially, the first way on how to manage your budget, or how to budget, essentially, regardless of who you are, this is the easiest way to start budgeting in a way that you can be, know where your money is going to. And so the easiest way to budget is, you basically, if I say this is your money, this is 100% your money. What you have to do is, in this side, if you divide it into 2, here is committed spend. I don't know if I'm even writing this big enough. Committed spend. I'm going to just call this enjoyment and savings. So it's an easy breakdown, just in 3. It's basically 2, but basically committed spend. So basically, on a monthly basis, if you sit down, you have to do it on a monthly basis, but if you sit down and you write down every single thing that you pay on a direct debit or standing order, every month, that is a committed spend. So that means minimum payments in your credit cards, that means your car insurance, phone bill, Netflix subscription, YouTube Premium, any subscription you're doing, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Canva, Microsoft software, any things that are coming out that is committed spend. Also, just to add, if you use credit card, do minimum payment plus 10%, because minimum payments are designed, yes, for you to clear the debt, but if let's say, for example, if you had a £500 debt on and £500 limit, and you're only paying the minimum payment, it will take you 5 years to pay it, because you only pay off the interest, and even though you pay the minimum payment, it doesn't clear off the interest. So on your committed spend, you pay off your minimum payment, whether it's your mortgage, your rent, any bills, Wi-Fi, any of those committed spend. It doesn't matter whether it falls into the category of needs, utilities, savings. If you owe somebody, if you're contributing to the house, if it's a friend you owe £10 a month and you're paying them £10 a month, that needs to be in your committed spend. So once you've listed your committed spend, AA car insurance, Sky, subscriptions, all your subscriptions, bills, I'm kind of writing quick because I don't really want to make it too long. Bills, XYZ, and then once you know whatever that is, that's your committed spend. That's the first money, you're in the mode where you're trying to understand what you're leaving your account. So let's say, whatever that is, let's just imagine you're doing, let's go ballsy. No, let's just go, let's say you got 1K per month. I don't know why I said 1,000K, it's supposed to be. Anyway, you get the drift. 1,000K, let's say this comes up to, let's say it comes up to 700. Rent 200, bills, everything, that comes up to 200. Now, from whatever is left, from the £300 left, whatever's left, you need to save a minimum of 10%. The reason why is that, and I'll say this in another video anyway, so you hear it again at some point. But yeah, you save your money so your money can. You save your money so that one day money can save you. Saving money won't make you rich, but it'll make sure that but you'll never become rich without actually saving money. But rich is never really the goal. It's just mostly becoming comfortable. But anyway, 300. Now, let's say where you have 300, you need to save a minimum of 10%. It's regardless of how much you're earning, you should be able to try and save 10% of what you're doing and make it that a base thing. So even if, let's say, start off with whatever you have left over. So if you go through your committed spend, whatever's left, you put £30 aside on this one, then you have 270 to spend. Now you have 270 to spend. You're gonna have to change the way you're doing things. You can't be going out every night if you want to. You can't be drinking every night you want to. You can still have those things, but you just have to change up what you're doing. Instead of going to the bar to buy a pint, go to the shop and buy it and enjoy it at home. Instead of going out to the club every night, have a night in with your friends. Instead of going to the cinema every day, if you're already paying for Netflix or Amazon, make it a movie night. There's ways to change things that makes you continue to live the life you want to while still stepping in your budget and in a way that you're not going to be strapped of cash at the end of it. Because firstly, in the next video, we're going to talk about credit scores. And if you miss any of these payments, they can definitely destroy your credit score, which is the most important financial representation you have in our society as it is. And then obviously the rest is for enjoyment. Now, when I say committed spend, it's in anything that's direct debit. So this could be your gym membership or whatever. Once you've listed this out, it's up to you to decide whether any of these things are actually worth having, and then readjust your budget. Because once you see how much your committed spend is and realize that, oh, this is actually 1.7, then it makes sense that on 1K, why you're always in your credit card or you're always don't really have enough money left at the end of the month. So this is the basis way, do that. And then once you come to enjoyment, see, okay, how much. When I say enjoyment, I just mean living life. Obviously it depends to you how you want to do it. You can take out food from enjoyment if it's, you can decide how you shift this around. Committed spend, I would also say put in food. Let's say it's £100, £200 a month that you do. Obviously this is just working on 1K, XYZ. But then your enjoyment, your committed spend on how much you say you're going to do. So you can add stuff like how much do I need for fuel and everything. And then you come and whatever's left is your enjoyment, but you need to save some of that. That's an important thing. So that's the easiest way to start. Get everything that you're spending in terms of that is a must spend. Tally that up, whatever you have left, save a bit of that, and then spend the rest. Now the second way is they call it the 50, 30, 20 rule. Okay? Now this is 50% of your money should go to needs. Well, no more. 30% to wants, 20% to savings. And when I said that one is just you getting grips, this one is more planning ahead. So this can also help you more as a guide in terms of making decisions. So like if you're going to rent somewhere and the rent is more than 50% of your paycheck, even without bills especially, then it's too much because your needs cover your bills, your living expenses, X, Y, Z. If you're spending more than 30% of your amount of your money on anything that you're doing, you need to readjust. Similar to what we're talking there, then you now divvy up what we're talking about in the committed spend. And essentially you take this as a blueprint. Take the list of everything, AA, everything, all that kind of thing. Go from this, and then you take it to the next tier, which is this. So on needs, you've got rent, you got transport, you've got bills. On wants, you don't need Netflix, you want Netflix. Needs is like something that if you could not live without. Now obviously there's arguments to say you can't live without this, but if we're taking bare backbones, lights go out, everything, you need a roof to stay in, you need some food to eat, you need to get to where you want to get to. Those are the basics. Netflix, obviously car insurance is a must in terms of if you're going to drive, but then again, you now have to ask yourself, do you want to drive X, Y, Z? Now savings, 20%. Now obviously, to take this a step further, so this is a guide for you to understand. So this is about you planning ahead. So after you've gotten your committed spend and everything, you look at your money and say, okay, you look at this is how much I'm spending on this is how much I'm spending on that, so this is how much I'm spending on this. Have I got up to 20% in savings? Have I got up to this? How much am I saving? And then essentially, you need to start working your way towards getting to this area. Now in truth, there's more categories than this. So we've got, so that's just the guide that was popularized by Elizabeth Warren, everyone takes in terms of budgeting tips, but in reality, this is really where you want to be. So you want to be needs, wants, savings, invest, and debt. The next step of budgeting is to see your budget in these 5 categories. What's your needs, what's your wants, what's your savings, invest, debt. Now some people will say this savings plus invest. Now when you divvy up how much you're saving per month, I would typically take the percentage as, okay, how much you're saving plus investing. But when I say that, you know, savings and invest should be separate, is that you should have some savings, you know, this be emergency fund, rainy day fund, sinking fund. You should also have invest, which probably won't be liquid in the sense of like stock market and any other investment that you feel credible to do. So this is, you know, you need to divvy up your money and put them into needs, wants, savings, invest, debt. Now the whole goal is you can still, you know, the people would basically want this to be like 50, 30, 10, 10, 0. That's what people would want, but this is probably not the reality for everybody. Now this is where if you're at this point like this, you're in an amazing place, because investing is probably one of the most important things you're doing, and it's probably going to be the one we'll go into more tomorrow. Now people look at this as a guide, but sometimes people feel that they need to maximize this. You don't need to maximize this. You don't need to maximize your needs. The idea for you is to get this as a basis to manage your money, and the idea would be to reduce how much you're spending on your needs. There's a max that there's a cap of this. There's a cap to where you're gonna get to. But try to reduce, renegotiate your bills, renegotiate, you know, shift them to different suppliers and make it easier. Once to, you know, somewhat reduce it, but it depends. This one you'd also want to reduce it, but it depends on how much you're earning. If you can earn more, essentially the percentage can stay the same, but you're not spending as much, if that makes sense. Savings, 10%. The aim is to get your savings up and get your investing up. And if you have any debt, the aim would be to go down. Now, it's up to you if to decide whether you want to clear debt before saving. If your debt is around, general rule is if your debt is around or above the rate of inflation, pay off debt. If it's below, invest and save first. You should always save something, but in terms of whether you should focus your energy on clearing debt. So this is needs, wants, savings, and invest. So if you look at your money in your budget in these terms, then you're getting to somewhere. Now this is something you're supposed to do before your payday, so you plan the money. And now we're going to go quickly into step 3, because I don't want to get this too long of a video, so you guys can know how to update this into, in fact, some of this is going to be in the video, how to manage your accounts like a boss, but I'm going to summarize it here, just so that I keep it under 15 minutes. It's a pretty long video already, but this is essentially step 3, tier 3, is to automate. So generally you should have a couple of accounts. You know, you have a main account, savings, spend, and then you have your investments going somewhere. When your money comes in here, you should use standing orders, direct debits, for it to go everywhere. So your money comes in. Remember, the reason why saving is very important is because your income is your biggest wealth generator. So main comes in here, and like clockwork, it takes you maybe half an hour to set up all your standing orders. After you finish planning how much you want to go to your needs, wants, and whatnot, knowing that all your committed spends are being met, standing orders. You send what you want to your savings. You send what to your spending account. This is the only card you carry. You don't carry your main account. Out of sight, out of mind in terms of your savings. The money goes straight to your invest, and also the money goes straight to your debts. So you have your needs all coming out of the main. That should be what's left in this account. So you have your needs, you have your savings, you have your wants, you have invest, and your debts all managed and all in the same place. So this is just a simple way of how to manage your money. In that video, I say like a boss, and I go into more detail about it in terms of accounts and stuff like that. But again, my name has been Ugo. Your name has been blessed. I hope that this has added value to you. This is the 99 days of value, and ultimately, I hope it's adding value. So I hope you've had a lovely day, lovely weekend, lovely month, and a lovely end to the year. Take care, and God bless.